Hello, hello, and welcome back to Pathologic Classic HD. On the last time, we were able to confirm that Burak has made a Panacea, possibly the cure we need to eradicate this brutal disease. We also headed into the abattoir for the first time and was caught in an ambush by a couple of butchers. The ambush was foiled, however, by the military's incursion into the city. Once again, we have another big threat changing the shape of the landscape.
The weapon security must be tightened.
Hello, Commander. I'm glad that you've made it, Bachelor Denkovsky. What were you doing in the abattoir? I was looking for you. Is that so? Ex-Governor Sabirov told me where to look for you this night. I seek your advice. What have you discovered about the epidemic? Can it be stopped, and what can the army do to that end? The Inquisitor. The Inquisitor is my enemy. Evidence mounts by the hour. I have no further desire to listen to my enemies. A dog should never trust a cat. Fire should never trust water, and I, a battlefield general, will not trust Inquisitors. General Aglaila Lilik is my ally. She has aided me no less than you have. I have no desire to be part of your conflict. Do you have any idea how many traps Inquisitors spin into their webs? The truth will be beyond your wildest expectations. Well, I am not a puppet, I suspect. However, that I have already been made into one. I suspect that even the words I'm uttering now are merely a part of her calculations. I trust Aglaila Lilik. Well, I am only going to trust you, and only until it becomes evident that you too have fallen under the witch's spell. Your trust is moving. I feel a fighting man in you, someone who thinks before he strikes, someone who takes responsibility for his blows, who chose a worthy opponent and is capable of vanquishing it. We are two warriors, and it is our task to deal with the evil threatening to spread across the whole country from here. I am doing my duty. No need to blow things out of proportion.
We fought a just, defensive war, and now they want to turn us into a punitive expedition, into corpsmen.
Tell me, Alexander, what are your intentions concerning the Polyhedron? That terrible structure on the other side of the river? Yes. How does it even stand upright? Made possible by an ingenious architectural solution, I suppose. I am not yet sure. And what's inside? 1,000 children, give or take. They are hiding from the infection. And who is looking after these children? That's the point. No one is. They might try all sorts of tricks. If they try anything massive and disrupt to the public order, we'll have to subdue them by force. Don't worry, no one is going to shoot them. We have to agree that the rascals deserve something more persuasive than a simple spanking. I'll try to keep them from doing anything rash. Why did you bring the subject up? I wanted to ask two things of you. First, do not disturb them with your attention. Leave that to me. And second, should they try anything stupid, such as, I don't know, if you hear strange sounds coming from the direction, or if they send a messenger, anything, just consult me first. I'm staying here until the end. Very well, you have my word. Thank you. So, our clothes is pretty broken. We can have some food, exhaustion is good. We're in a pretty good spot. Do we have any quests? No. We have a bunch of notes. The evening letter from the Inquisitor, Day 8. The army will arrive any moment now. I am worried about Block. There is a good reason that people compare him to Attila the Hun. With all that, he is a man of honor. If he finds out that his orders were issued from the sole purpose of creating an illusion of safety and care for the common benefit, he may decide to punish the powers that be by carrying out the request as literally as possible. This kind of decision on his behalf is bound to interfere with our plans. Please keep this in mind when you speak to him. Undoubtedly, he is going to tell you that I am pulling your strings. I am not a person to be distrusted. Do not oppose him. Agree with anything he says insofar as it helps you drive his thoughts away from vengeance. A bit late for that. It seems that I am slightly more humane than I thought, so I would rather avoid having to destroy the town completely. I think you would concur that the less collateral damage there is, the better. The town is not a pleasant sight, I grant you, but still, it is alive. Take care, Maglela Lilac. Because of what happened yesterday, I can't help but feel worried about you. Please don't rush headlong into your independent investigation. Keep in mind that the army is a force to be reckoned with, and any mistake we make may as well be our last. What we need to do is to wait and collate our observations. I'll be waiting for you in the cathedral. Victor's invitation. I wish I could start this letter on a happier note, Bachelor, but I am utterly crestfallen. There's hardly a more harrowing discovery than to look back on your life you have lived and to see how little you have managed to do. I am almost out of time, and the only thing that I want is to pass whatever it was that gave meaning to my existence onto somebody else. Unsurprisingly, I see no better man to confide in than yourself. Please come see me when you can. P.S. I hope the tower will be open up before you. It is very important. Lara's note. Please do come to the shelter. I know how preoccupied you are, how exhausted, but the matter is of great importance. I hope this will be the last thing I ask of you. Your Lara. Anna's note. Bachelor, I sincerely urge you to see me at the Willows as soon as you can. We have serious business that needs taken care of. Pay no heed to those slandering me. Everything is different now. The fact of the matter is, we have an opportunity to save the life of one of your closest associates. Anna Angel. Allow me to invite you to the trammel, Bachelor, for your own benefit, of course, since the matter I'd like to discuss has a bearing on yesterday's happenings. Make haste, Bachelor. Time is of the essence. 3 more parties are playing this particular game, and we may easily find ourselves outpaced. Lyra Shiva. So the 3 women want me. Victor too. And Aglela. And notice, we're at 1400 already. We don't have much time today, because I assume we've been out the entire day. So, I don't know what our main quest for the day is, but we need to be jumping around with these side quests. Going to do the 3 women first, and I'm going to head down to the Crucible. Now, as you can see, soldiers have set up in the city. They have completely replaced the town guard. Not only that, but you can't trade with them. They cannot be spoken to. So trading with guards, out of the question. That has passed. Not only that, but we don't have the time to go check out the plague map, so I did some reconnaissance off camera, and I can tell you that the atrium, marrow, warehouses, tanners, crude sprawls, and the works are infected. The spleen, the gut, the flank, the chine, and the skinners are burnt. Another thing, these basic soldiers commonly drop rifle ammo. So, if you want to commit murder for extra ammo, you can. I think they may also occasionally drop rifles, but I haven't seen it yet. The big guys with the flamethrowers have a few unique quirks, but I'll show them later tonight. However, they do have a special item on them, which is a fuel canister. Doing this to pause time for a second. From my testing, fuel canisters have no use. They sell for little, they can't be traded to anyone. They're just a trophy, I guess. Similar to the guard's badge. However, what I did find interesting is that they're classified as a weapon. So I'd like to imagine that at some point in development, there is going to be some kind of oil fire-based weapon. But that got cut out, and so that item was just left in as a sort of trophy item, but was left in the weapons slot. I don't know what's going on there. Anyways. Alright.
What?
Please don't be surprised with my strange request. I need a pistol, and it must come with bullets, or whatever it is that they shoot. Oh my, yes, it's bullets. I've asked everybody, even the changeling. You know that tiny pistol she carries around? It looks very handy. It is just what I need. But she wouldn't give it to me. She said she has plans for me and that she requires my life. Why do you need a pistol? I can't tell you. I just want a weapon. Yes, I'm scared of the soldiers, but it really has to be small, like Clara's. I want to be able to handle a big one, so I'll miss. I'll reward you. I'll give you whatever it may cost. Here, I saved up. Lara, I don't like this at all. Oh, it's not like you're my husband or older brother, are you now? If you won't bring it to me, I'll just ask the horror specs. He's less squeamish. And I can give you a very rare and valuable thing in exchange. The thing from yesterday, remember? You're saying you have no need for that thing anymore. And why would that be? No, Lara, I need you alive. Don't even think about getting a firearm. So that's not something I want to tamper with. Let's see what the other two have to say. I'm guessing this is a... Well, that's certainly a fascinating way to go. Alright, let's start the day over. I'll zoom through Block's, I think his name is Alexander Block. Yeah, that sounds right. We'll just zoom through his dialogue and we won't talk to her this time. Considering me your friend.
We fought a just.
Polyhedron, yes. There. So let's rush over to Yulia then, see what she proposes. I am also going to quick save more because I know that that's important. So this is going to probably be a very short episode. We're starting at 1400. The only thing I have is a shit ton of letters to read through. Also, while we're going over changes in the town, let's check out the clothing shops. Oh, he's not selling anything new. Well, I'll just say this. The prices are inflated again because this town may have no goddamn peace. This place is just hell. But I am going to make the best of it, like I always do. These, Twirin. Oh yeah, you don't need items which are tradable to guards anymore because you can't trade with them, so combustible fluid loses its worth. Gold rings. Bronze ring. Still carrying the vial, although we already checked it out for him, got the Panacea. Needle, we can still trade edgy kids. We don't need lenses anymore, I think I have a good view of the town. Lemons, don't need them, coffee's better. Midrodorm, why not? That seems good. Everything else here seems appropriate. Alright. So the shops have new items. I believe there are new Okay. Let me look at the word in my drugs tab. There's new antibiotics, new beta tablets, not beta tablets, but immunity boosters and new clothing. The shops also sell rifle rounds now.
It's so lonely here.
So nice of you to drop by. What did your visit to the military reveal? Did you get to meet Alexander the Great? Was he a man of astute mind, vigorous imagination, and refined sense of humor? Please be as sincere as possible. The subject is of significant interest to me. Why? My field of inquiry is ever the same. I am testing a theory which concerns what I refer to as the tripwires of fate. Know I am a bit of a fatalist, don't you? Anyway, in order to further test my hypothesis, I will require your assistance with one or more enterprises. Apart from its sheer scientific value, the whole business will rid Lara Raval of whatever is troubling her. Moreover, with a little bit of luck, an innocent life will be saved. Oh, really? Wait till you hear this one. Lara Raval conspires to assassinate the commander. She is so naive, our Lara, barely able to keep her operation a secret. Half the town is aware that she seeks to purchase a firearm. No one will sell her one, of course. Oh, that's some news. Just wait till you've heard it all. The commander was informed, by some unknown benefactor, that there will be an attempt on him soon, along with everyone else. The note contained a request. If the assassin proves to be a woman, she must not be killed. The weapon of the assassin, the note said, will be a harmless toy, and whoever wields it will not deserve anything more than a short-term imprisonment. I don't understand. What would that be for? It is well known that Block is as chivalrous as they come. If the hapless assassin is guaranteed safety, the unknown correspondent has promised to let the commander know the name of the culprit, and therefore spare him the tiresome necessity to seize every single person to appear within firing range. I don't think you would be too disappointed to learn that the letter was written by none other than Anna. That dirty creature. Don't be too harsh on her. She's a thespian, a child. Eager to entertain her whims, the assassination will be an utter fiasco. The military will be forewarned, and the gun that Lara has obtained will not fire. They will treat Lara as they treat women they believe to be hysterical or deranged. They are going to lock her up. So what is your plan? Commander wants to know who the woman is. Just tell him that the assassin is me. Tell him that whoever else comes to shoot him with a weapon that does not fire is merely a madwoman, keen to sacrifice herself for me. The reason I have plotted an asinine scheme like this is that I need to be placed under house arrest as soon as possible. I'd rather not tell you why I need that. Do you think Block will believe me? Of course he will. The commander sees you as his most reliable confederate. It simply wouldn't occur to him to doubt any information you have relayed to him. Have no fear. The possibility of successful outcome is exceptionally high. You think so? There's no reason to worry. This whole affair will hurt no one. Quite the opposite, in fact. Everyone will benefit from it. Everyone, including yourself. I don't really need this vial of Panacea, you see. I may be very easily persuaded to hand it over. Not before I talk to Lara. It all looks too simple. I wanted to say that I wanted to talk to Anna first, because I want to see her side of the story. But, I don't want to give off that I'm distrusting of Yulia. Just that these three are in a game, and I'd rather see all the sides of the story. Make my own conclusion of what's right. Certainly, I don't want Alexander or Lara killed. I'd prefer if nobody died. But we'll see. Anna is still infected, so I'll need to parse up some more monomycelium. Oh yeah, watch this. Ow. Well, two things happen there. I'm gonna call him a disinfectionist. They're called flamethrowers on the wiki, but I feel like that's a bit too simple of a name. Not a fan of it. So, disinfectionists and soldiers. The disinfectionists attack rats. Simple. They also attack infected people, which means... Well, here's the thing. They're less aggressive than the arsonists. Arsonists will attack you if you have any infection, while the disinfectionists will attack you if you're decently infected. I'm able to keep my infection down, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but they can still attack me if I'm not careful. Furthermore, I can get, unlike other things like, the bullets of the soldiers, I can get caught in crossfire. I tried to get hit by I got the rat chasing me, and it burnt me and the rat. Also, I was gonna show the slider, but it happened to me already, so I'm gonna show it. Do you remember how the Hunchback wanted to burn the plague out of the city? Turns out this entire time there's merit to it. By getting spoused with fire, I'm not infected anymore. I'm clean. And all they had to do was get a quick tap of fire. Now, I'm not saying we should singe everybody that we care for, but, I just got cured by a soldier's incompetence. So, that's interesting. Very interesting, and probably an exploit, but hey, I'm not reloading.
What?
People are supposed to help each other. That I believe firmly. You may perish yourself, but you should help your fellow being. Extend a hand today to thy neighbor, and he will do the same for you tomorrow. And if he doesn't, so what? The giver's own virtues will be consolation all the more. Well, well, do go on. Your words are music to my ears. You know, Vlad the Younger recently went through a dramatic metamorphosis. His eyes burn bright, his words are brave, his acts so noble, it all paints a great picture of him. He used to be a cynical leech, and now he is a hero. So why wouldn't I follow in his example? Give away what little I have left. Count me in. Commendable, Hana, but how are you going to do that? Well, I have procured what Lara asked for. Voila, a small weapon of self-defense. Oh no, no need to thank me. I got it practically for free. You know, from the previous owner. But there's more. You deliver this present to Lara anonymously, I will gladly give away my most valuable thing I own, a Panacea. Anna, are you really that stupid, or is this just you acting? Pardon me, you've thrown me off a bit. What are you up to? Lara needs it for self-defense. She's afraid of the soldiers. You must give it to her in secret. No questions asked, and no names mentioned. When you deliver the pistol to Lara, come back for your reward. I don't mind parting with it anymore. It sounds mighty suspicious. Hey, it's just girls' business, alright? Anyways, I wanted to do a good deed for once. Wash away my old stains, so to speak. And that's what I get in return. You won't even appreciate my sacrifice. And I promise to give you the Panacea, the sample that I got from Vlad the Younger. Let me talk to Lara first, and the so-called Panacea? Oh, that's an entirely different story. Huh. So I guess the only way to get around giving Lara the gun is to play in with, Yulia. So let's try that then. And just hope that nothing incredibly fucked up occurs. Ugh. It's amazing, the escalation of this game. You go from a normal, kind of pissy town to plague in one spot, to plague covering the town, to an Inquisitor. No, Before the Inquisitor, people throwing around fire, to an Inquisitor, and now an entire army is set up everywhere. I just love how much the map is constantly changing. That's something that just is always incredibly interesting to me. Just watching as a game changes. I've been walking down these streets for so long and they're constantly shifting. From things as simple as Plague and the wooden bars against windows to outright soldiers patrolling. Fascinating. Oh, and even on the possibly metaphorical, possibly actually direct way, our view of the town is being changed with this. And this diagram, like, what the hell is happening? This is like our understanding of the plague. And both of these things look like bulls. Nothing's stagnant.
My arms are flaccid, as if made of
I guess to do this, I just have to head down to Bach. Let me see. You know, it's even as she basically. Let's talk to Lara and see if there's any special dialogue options. If not, we'll head to Bach and complete it like that. I'd rather use a pistol round on this guy. Doesn't help that it all ends in 3 days. I think I've heard shooting. Have you? What happened there? Them military men do not take kindly to our brethren. It would be unwise to come close to the bridges now. They shoot straight. Why do they have to block the bridges, huh? I'm asking you. Why in the world are you asking me? Do you think they're doing it on my orders? Well, you're an authority. You're supposed to know things, hence me asking. Do not provoke the soldiers and they won't hurt you. Let them not provoke us and we won't hurt them. Here's the sod with his gun, protecting the state and the civil orders from me, wasting bullets from his rifle no less. I can stand up for myself, yes sir. The lives are no more valuable than ours. His bullet will get to you sooner than your swearing gets to him. I'm sure the townsfolk hate this. There's just nothing resembling the old town they used to live in. We were lucky twice. This commander is even better than the Inquisitor. What do you think? Are you kindly joking? I have heard that this Alexander Block is rushing to get to the front. So what? So what? He's in a hurry. No wonder he's, feats of arms are waiting for him there. And here he has to deal with rats and purulent rags. Alright. It won't take him long, mark my words. Cordon off, bring the weapons in, aim and fire, and that's that. I hope he is a decent human being. Oh yeah, this is one of the new meds. Ferromycinium. Antibiotic that kills microbes and suppresses their growth. Yeah, this stuff is incredibly good. Oh, we also got etophine, a powerful narcotic painkiller. Yeah, it's a bit pricey, and since I can bathe myself in fire, I don't need... Well, actually, no, I do need it, because I can give it to Sickbound. so I can talk to them, so never mind, I'm not gonna sell the antibiotics, but I don't need to use them on myself anymore. I essentially have my out from the plague after, yeah, 6 long days of dealing with it. 6 or 5. Yeah, it's 5, this is day 9. Alright, Anna.
Yes.
Please don't be surprised with my strange request. I need a pistol. I know everything, ma'am. What's with the insane fantasies? Thwarted again. Please, at least don't report me. Someone already has, Lara. You won't accomplish anything. But who did it? And more importantly, why? He is an evil demon. He deserved this. You still don't realize who the real demon is.
I think I'm fading. My clothes are worn into holes.
Alright, now that we've talked to her and called her on her bluff, let's head to Block and see what happens if we say that, well, Yulia is the conspirator. If all goes according to plan, she will indeed get, well, house arrest and not, I don't know, execution. I would be mighty surprised if the military hasn't already been executing people.
Whose will was it that sent us to this plague-ridden hellhole? We're needed at the front line.
There's going to be an attempt on your life. Have you been told already? I seem to have found myself in the middle of a funny story or someone's idiotic practical joke. I receive a letter, clearly penned by a deranged woman. It warns me about some kind of vigilante in a painfully high-strung manner. The vigilante is herself, right? No, the vigilante is a much more significant woman. I fear only one woman in this town, and if she chooses to try for my life, so long me. But I don't think she would use such extravagant means to achieve that end. Her name is Yulia Leraship. That's such a hard name for me to say. She suffers from a neurotic condition. Fine, I'll send my rifleman there immediately. Let her be under house arrest until I have time to make closer acquaintance. One more thing. The gentler half of the town community is already abuzz with the news. So should any overexcited lady come here. I understand she'll be treated with utmost respect. I'll talk to her and do my best to set her right. If she turns violent, she'll be locked up. Thank you, Commander. Well, alright then. Then let's go check up on Yulia. Oh yeah, the constant shooting from riflemen also scares children. So, if you see powders. If you see someone you want to trade with, rush to them, because the sooner, or just as a shot rings out, everybody, like children, the women that mend clothes, tots, the sick men that you gain reputation from, they all just start fleeing. So yeah, the rules to the game have changed. There's things to consider. And this guy wants to kill me. Great. Stellar. Why are they attacking me? What'd I do? They also don't have any ammo in their guns, so, free rifles. And crackers. A lot of crackers. Nom 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 nom. Quick save. Well, Lara, I guess you're not under house arrest anymore. Yay. And thanks for the rifles.
The most subtle folly grows out of the most subtle wisdom.
I got the jitters, what with all this excitement. Unfortunately, everything seems to have worked just as it was intended to. If for a single, minuscule blunder. What blunder? Shots were fired. What was that all about? Your new friends didn't fire at me, they tried to beat me with the butt of their gun, but, yeah. Did they now? And you were perfectly able to defend yourself, I presume? Yes, all of them are dead. My calculations were compromised by a factor I could not articulate. Anticipate. Apparently, it's best not to involve you in any affair that have to do with fate and the diversity of its manifestations. I owe you a vial of Panacea then, don't I? Exactly. And that's another miracle cure. We got a powder from a little girl, and more Panacea. We're doing really good on the miracle cures right now. But this quest is done, and we have to bolt down over here. And we have 6 hours to complete all the quests and the main quest, which I don't even know which it is. Anyways, while we're heading there, I will drop off my miracle cures, and I'll pick up the 5th rifle. I've been stockpiling them for a reason, and by stockpiling, I mean I had one. There's also 2 rats on me, so that's pretty cool. You gonna do something about the rats? No. Jank AI, I getcha. Oh yeah, I wasn't entirely correct about there being no guards. The idle ones that walk around and you can't trade with are out, but the tradable ones that stand as guards, now they're gone. Just for good. But you know, if you want to be decried by a walking guard, up to you. Also, I want to mention that we did indeed miss the pantomime. I think pantomime is the term for the second game. We missed the play. And we missed the play because, we couldn't see the night. I think if you actually fail the main quest, you can see the play, but, I'm not about to fail a quest. Fucking hell, these are worth a lot. Obviously, I'm not gonna sell them because they're worth a lot more in a much different way. Also, did that shopkeeper have no inventory? I was trying to sell to him. Wow, he has nothing. Yeah, there really is no more food in town, is there? Fortunately, I stocked up on a hell of a lot of slabs of meat. Again, guard trading. Don't write it off. It's really strong. Our reputation also didn't get hit very much for massacring 5 guards. See in the distance. And disinfectionist just going wild on somebody's body. And more meat. And I don't need to take the bottles, because again, nobody to trade it with anymore. Watch. fucking burning infected people alive. That's what the town's come to. I really can't express too properly just how tragic all of this is. I'm sure you can see it for yourself, but I feel it may not come across in my voice, but I feel a very strong sense of disgust and disturbance, and I can't really put into words. I find this, like, really, really cool, but at the same time, it's scary. It's not comfortable, and it shouldn't be. It's just not something my vocabulary can get across very well. Oh, that lady's running. I was hoping I could get my clothes mended. Anyways, Victor Kane, what do you need? I haven't talked to Gjordge in a long time.
It's like something is pulling my strings.
There you are, Bachelor Dankovsky. You see, I wanted to avoid all the unnecessary sentimental talk, but it has come to be that the Kanes are getting ready to sleep. And it will come to be that only Maria will arise from that sleep. If you leave us, we will probably perish. There is a fourth kind. What's to become of him? Indeed, you see, I am out of means to influence my son. Now that the town is occupied by soldiers, he's going to turn the Polyhedron into a fortress under siege, which will infuriate the army. I fear that his ill-advised action may result in the tower's destruction. How can it be prevented? The Polyhedron conceals a secret. It is unknown whether it came to be by accident or as part of some ingenious design, but it works. I don't know if it will be revealed to you. I would like you to go inside and convince yourself of the truth of my words. That is my desire as well. And if you succeed in gaining little Casper's confidence, I ask you to do one last farewell favor for our family. Help me make peace with my son. Convince him to listen to me. And what do you want him to do? When the time comes, and it will come in as little as 2 days now, the children must leave the Polyhedron. Otherwise, my daughter Maria could die, and my and Gjordge's passing would also be in vain. Why would Maria die? Because she will then be forced to become my successor, to take up what I currently guard, and thus condemn herself to death and our family to extinction. Maria will die, and the wondrous spirit whose memory we have so carefully passed on will vanish into nothingness. I don't understand. Do you believe that it's possible to manipulate reincarnation? No. Not only do we believe in it, but we have successfully practiced it for 5 generations. Don't ask me about the details, that would be too naive and besides the point. I beg of you, convince Casper to open the Polyhedron to us when the time comes. I will try. It is my long-time wish to get inside the Polyhedron. Oh yeah, the person in danger today is Gjordge Kane. Forgot to show that. Okay, so this is today's main quest, Miracle of the Children. And now that we're here, let us also speak to a Galela. I mean, the Polyhedron's just a walk up there, so why not go into the cathedral that's right there?
So this is what Block has in mind. Is he noble enough to disregard his personal feelings?
I have disturbing news. Burak's disappeared. What do you mean? He went to the termitary on my assignment, and still has not returned. Problem is, I had special hopes for this assignment. It is supposed to not only report to me about the inner workings of this abattoir, if you will, but also bring one other thing. What thing? Panacea. Today, Burak was going to perfect a remedy that would heal anyone sick from the sand pest, however grave their condition. That's not true. The final remedy formula was completed the day before yesterday. Can I count on you? Certainly. It's not just about the Panacea. Burak is much more significant than anyone would care to admit, including himself, perhaps. Could you please inquire about him? I don't doubt his word, but he could have run into some unforeseen danger because of his invention. Do you understand? If I ever have an opportunity, I will. High respects into the body of the town. It makes you nervous. Alright. And that means I have to... Yeah, I've got to check out the termitary to see if he returned. If not, we're gonna have to try another expedition into the abattoir, where the kin clearly do not have any love for me. And honestly, why should they? I've tried to save them, but I've caused much harm to them too. I mean, I massacred an entire camp of them looking for Ava. Now, I don't know if we're supposed to head up here yet, but that's why I'm making the quick save, because we have so little time today. Let's head up and see if we can talk to Casper. I also have one little thing I want to try late at night here. Probably at 2100, there is a new lootable location on the map that I want to try and get into. Just for the fun of it, really, because I've never done it. But that'll only be if I have time after completing all the quests. If you're wondering why we're doing all these quests, first off, I like just seeing angles on characters, seeing how... Yeah, I just find it all very interesting. And second off, I need to find every opportunity to get Panacea. Panacea are powders. Again, they have a use. An incredibly important one by the end of the game. The fortress is off limits. Khan's orders. You carry sand dirt on your snakeskin coat. I brought you important news. Tell us. We'll tell the others. I need to get inside. You will not. The only person we trust is Maria, our sister and patroness. Khan's words. You do not look like her messenger. Well, what proof do you need? Say the password. I want to see the agate pit.
What?
Bachelor Denkovsky, you were quite eager to examine the Polyhedron, weren't you? Indeed I was. I'm ready to negotiate with you now. And I am ready to hear you out. We need weapons. Artillery, I presume? Kindly spare me your sarcasm. I need several military rifles, ammo included. Obviously, I've been told they are long-range and very precise. Are you planning to fend off Alexander Bloch's soldiers with a couple of rifles? Obviously not. I do have a shred of sense left in me. I am not going to fight the man who had stormed the Scaries with only 19 casualties on his side. What's your plan, then? If Bloch finds out there are more than 1,000 of us here, he'll think twice before storming the place. If he finds out we're armed, it'll take only a couple of shots to convince him. Wouldn't you agree? You're going to bluff, aren't you? I am. If you get us the rifles, we'll let you into the Polyhedron. Actually, kick it up a notch. We'll show you the boon that fate has granted us in detail. Well, that sounds tempting. I've processed your request. I'll be back with news.
This is it. No more games. No one needs us.
What's my sister up to? She really tried to remove us from here. I've brought the guns you've asked for, Khan, but they come with a condition. What is it? Those rifles will not fire a single shot until the soldiers step onto the stairs. Promise? Yes, I promise. It's a fair condition. Now show me the rifles. Will you be able to keep your followers in check? Will they withstand the temptation? Do not worry, the discipline is iron hard around here. You can enter the pit now. I doubt you'll manage to get through even a single facet. You'll see what you'll see. I'd like to hear your impressions afterwards. Alright, I'm going in. And this is the inner sanctum of the Polyhedron. A bunch of children, origami, lanterns, more letters and paper, and a long staircase. Staircase that even looks like one of those staircases to heaven that are found around the town. Dog heads. It's kind of beautiful. Staircases that run into nothing. God, this game is cool.
Our Polyhedron trembled when this monster was dragged in. Tell them to go away.
Khan, what was that? What did you see? It's the magic lantern. Wow, it actually is a lot. Were you taught how to do this? No. So you didn't see the mirrors? No, still. Where are all the tower dwellers? What do you mean, where? Behind the faucets, in each other's daydream and night dreams, oftentimes shared. Only those who have been pushed out wander the stairs. Pushed out? Some dreams threaten death and danger. If a child dies, they're pushed out onto the stairs. They can return in later, but it usually takes them a while to recover. And while some of them do return to the stairs voluntarily, unable to withstand the emotional intensity. Are you sure you're not pulling my leg? You're a grown-up. You will never be able to comprehend this. Adults see nothing inside. Why else would Peter Stomaton drink himself twire-eyed? This is why. He's created the most magnificent sorcery there is, but even he cannot see it. Can you imagine the torture he has to endure? Yes, it's excruciating. Goodbye, Khan. Thank you for bringing me back my childhood, if only for a moment. I've already forgotten what it's like. The Polyhedron is added onto the sketch. The Polyhedron is clear, but what is the nature of it? It appears as if it was built of a dream, a vision of itself. The children do say that it can capture a reverie and make it a reality. I wouldn't believe such a thing if I hadn't seen these paper constructions with my own eyes. Maybe this thing truly is, well, sorcery, as he claimed. It even has warps between that cone area where Khan resides and the stairs. Oh, I forgot about all this, honestly. Now, my skepticism towards the magic of the town is starting to waver. we did not see the mirrors. We did not see these planes that the kids are walking into. But what we did see was still improbable and deranged. Staircases to nowhere, supported with barely anything. Just one base. Seemingly floating origami. Oh, I'm shook. I'm very shook. But for now, we need to get our head back on straight and get back to the quest. We need to look for Burok. We have completed the main quest, meaning that Gyorge is safe for the day. We have completed what we need to do. We have more loose ends to care for. Yeah. I think I'll sell the razors, as usual. Just because it's money. It should also be noted, again, the comparison between the termitary to the Polyhedron. The Polyhedron still has no infection. Which, again, adds to its mystical quality, and that it's the one bastion against the plague. Also, I need to buy a new rifle from Griff. Bad Grief. Whatever you want to call him. I almost feel sick from all this. I think I might be getting too immersed into the game now, because my stomach is turning. I receive a note. Oh great, it's the changeling. I know you have been told that I am a witch, and not a saint. They may have even told you that I am the sand pest itself, wearing the masquerade of flesh and blood. They certainly must have told you that I saved the castaway and condemned the ingenious. They said that I break the courageous and force them to submit to the plague. But let me tell you one thing. Saints and miracle workers are always covered in blood and filth. Their acts are not necessarily comprehensible to the common folk, who expect kindness instead of good, and courtesy instead of love. This is not who I am. I know that will happen in 3 days. I will be able to avoid the contradictions that keep you and the Haruspecs in the dark. However, I will perform a miracle in the end. I will perform it with the help of the outcast and the evil. Bad Grief the thief, Foreman the villain, Alexander the cruel, Katerina the deceived, Lara the vengeful, Yulia the unbeliever, Anna the egotist, Aspide the heathen, and Reuben the oathbreaker. They'll survive in order to die, and upon dying they will claim life everlasting. I need them for the miracle work. Remember that, Clara. And now Clara wants to kill Bound, making him more of a bitch than she always was. Yay. Yay. Still, though, I can believe that there's some sorcery in this town, but, as far as I've seen, Clara's claims are baseless. She's still just a weird, destructive person. Maybe not even destructive. What has she accomplished? She lies to people. Wow, so do I. So there's one of those women that can mend our clothes. Also, come on. Give me... nah. So I also need to consider, what military clothes do I want? Because that's the new set of clothes and the final one in the game. We'll see, because they are incredibly expensive, like... I'll get military gloves. That's what I'm gonna say, since our gloves are so crappy right now. I'll take that for healing bound, and that. Stop teasing the soldiers, they don't have a sense of humor. Have you seen General Block already? I have. What's he like? Does he really have long metal teeth? He's just a person, same as you. Great, that means he can be killed. Do you think I could ask for an audience with him and secretly bring a dagger with me? Will I make a good killer? And how would you lull him into a false sense of security? I'll try to seduce him, and if he remains passionless, I'll pretend to be a petitioner. I'll kneel before him, crawl to him as if I was trying to grab his hand, then I'll pierce him with the dagger, right through his heart. What an ingenious and elaborate plan. I don't think this, fucking war hero is a pedophile, girl. I don't think you're gonna get very far with that. And if he is a pedophile, then this town truly is a fucking monster. That brings the absolute worst out of people. I'd like to say that there's goodness still left in the town, but townspeople give me shit. People are using me for their own agenda. I don't know who to trust. I like to say that I trust Uglela and Burak, but other people are telling me not to. Just gotta keep my head on straight. Keep using logic as my guiding star. Facts and logic. I idolize Ben Shapiro. I'm just kidding, there's no logic in Ben Shapiro, he's just a fucking idiot. Politics. Hey, you don't have food either. Man, this town's just great. Such great things are happening today. Fantastic. I love waiting to just pop him in the head. It's just one of those things that are just weirdly and inherently satisfying to do. Line up the shot and click, and you get money out of it, yay. Because that's why I play Pathologic, the looting mechanics. I'm good at aiming, I swear. Come on, buddy. Keel over. Oh, that's a good boy. Gold ring, razors, combustible fluid, kerosene. I'll keep the vial on me, just because it seems disrespectful to just sell it. Don't need that, and don't need that. Chip. So I have, I think, 9 shots on me, 6 in my revolver, and then 4 in my inventory, so I have 10. Good. Oh yeah, I want to show this off. I've encountered this during playtesting, unfortunately. There are no living here. This place belongs to the dead. Perhaps not all is lost. Everybody thought Simon was dead. But the dead is not Simon, and neither are you a Cain. You do not know how to connect spirit with matter. Leave, the dead belong to the earth. So, despite not sentencing either of the Saburovs to their death by my own hands, somebody else did indeed turned Vlad, the big Vlad, into the kin, meaning he is dead. Also, I really need to chase down that little girl because I need... Damn it, she's running. Is it worth just stalking her until she stops running away? Just for the chance at powders? Here, I'll intercept her. I'll loot around here, and we'll see if we can pull a thing of hell powders out of her arms. I hear a Molotov bottle crash in the distance, followed by 2 gunshots, and he dies. Okay, yeah, she's walking normally. Get to her, quick. Don't get scared. Yeah. No. She had nothing. Great. Alright, let's get to the Tormentary and stop fucking around. We might as well also check up on Pathologic, because, we might want to report that we got the shit beaten out of us. Don't know if there will be unique dialogue for it, but I hope so. Food shop, what do you got for me? That's not a food shop. That's the food shop. You got fish. Fish. Might as well. Fortunately, this part of town has people wandering still, so it's surprising that amongst all this, this day has been one of the better ones for trading. Why do you keep wandering about? Or are the deliveries irregular? Oi, mate, stop. Gotta talk to you. Smoke? No, thank you. What do you want to talk about? Recently I heard that the factory workers are supposed to get free boots or something to get the pest off their feet, because it comes through them feet. Well, hey, I'm a factory man. I can fashion myself a fat passport too if you want. And my good father is a factory man too, and good sister is eligible for them benefits too. Her being big with child and all. Stop gabbling. What boots? Protective boots, so that... What is this dialogue option? It looks like 2 little eyes. It's... You know on Discord, when somebody says something like, exciting or provocative, and they post a little eye emoji. That's what the Bachelor's doing here. Protective boots, so that the disease wouldn't infiltrate them feet, along with all kinds of dampness and all. They say they help. Their shoes or boots or whatever, you know, those rough ones, and you don't even need to take them pills, because their prices bite. How much does a single one cost? Don't take much in a year, and boots come for free, don't they? CC. But the disease comes from the ground. The ground, it rises up with the steam and fog and infiltrates her feet with the moisture. 'Tis her, the Shabnak. She crawls from below the ground, grabbing your legs. The folk wisdom is totally right. That's how it is. Please, I'm almost begging you. Just stay in. It won't get to you through the floor, will it? That was a very weird conversation, but I'll take it. I'm also gonna start taking tourniquets to sell for extra money. I don't know about you, but I actually have no idea what this place is for. I've never been able to find a way to get it open. I don't know if it's like cut content or what, but as far as I can tell, there's just nothing to it. Ah, the wonderful sounds of constant gunfire. Thank God I didn't get burned. No food, really. So I remove the best source of good food, being the... oh, what are they called? The guardsmen. And then they make it so that all the shops don't sell food anymore. Lovely. Great. Okay, this guy has stuff. I'll grab another fish, and that'll be all. So, 2 places in the Termitary I should look. Or 3. Where the worms were, this wing, or up with Taya. Those are the 3 places in the Termitary I'd assume Burak is standing around. It's not over here. I don't think I did this quest. In fact, I was pretty sloppy with side quests. On my first time playing The Bachelor, because I was so overwhelmed and confused at this point. Which probably explains why I wasn't on top of the Miracle Cure game. In fact, I didn't have too many. Oh, there you are.
Slow and steady wins the race.
It's nice to see that you've survived, Oyun. Layla Lilac has lost track of you. She asked me to tell you that she was worried. I have nothing to offer her for now. Tell her that I have descended underground. I've met with Foreman Oyun. Safari refuses to tell me what I want to hear. I don't like his riddles and half-truths. I have a suspicion that he's a villain. Are you going to go there again? Yes, of course. Through that abyss lies my only way back. Can you find something out for me? This is very important because, obviously, I won't ever get inside. Do you need that to beat the epidemic? They told me that was the reason you went underground yesterday. That is right. And speak, Oyun. In this, we are on the same side. I'm sure that the... I am sure that these bacteria have a mineral origin. Its origin might be connected to the history of the place. If that is so, then it's very bad. Why? This means the disease is dissolved in the ground, everywhere, under our feet. No, Vlad the Younger claims otherwise. I suspect that there is a sort of shaft or cavern under one of the buildings here. Some spot where this filth has built up. You see, I'll find out what I can, Oyun. Your words have guided me to an interesting idea. I hope to see you shortly. I see. So now I suppose we just gotta return to Aglela, which means pretty much everything here is just free time. So I'm gonna keep looking around stores and looting, because I can use everything I can to gather up money so we can get the best equipment, so we can survive better. The more we can do efficiently, the better. So I'm gonna check around the clothing shops. Again, gloves are my concern right now. We've got very good protection against infection, which is good. If everything goes to plan, we will never get infected again. We're practically immune. But getting cocky won't help us. So don't run into plague. But if we take a hit, then well, we aren't just instantly doomed. Also, that also means, these guys aren't gonna attack me, so, can you please stop moving weird? Thank you. So that's one less way of getting attacked. By not being infected, our survival is becoming more reliable. You're selling rifle ammo, which I'll buy a pin, and army boots, which go for 57,000. Incredibly high prices. I'll even go through my watches, because we aren't gonna see many more of those edgy kids anymore. Now let's check this medicine shop for if they have any of the new stuff. Nah. Or, well, they do have the new stuff, but, they don't have the immunity boosters that I want to show. Just take my word that an advanced version of the immunity boosters are in the town. So if you really quickly want to just shoot up your immunity, take those. They deal very little health damage. The one downside is that they're expensive. But medicine has always been expensive, so if you really want to save yourself, then, well, pay up, buddy. Oh, it's nearly 2100. So, I am going to go into my controls and get sneak up. Let's see. Yeah, you just glide along the ground. What a sneak. Do you have anything? No, probably trade with you already. Sneaking. So we want to head out into the steps, I think, around here, outside of the nuts. Which means for time's sake, I have to skip over a couple of item shops and bins, but we only have 2 hours to complete this last side quest and stuff like that. Nice one. Yeah, I meat shielded with the guard, so the flying knife just hits someone else. Can I slip past like this? I can! No, I got a hit. Never mind. I thought I was being so cool. Doing this, we can also check on Bad Grief and Reuben and see if they've been infected. Reuben is safe. Don't hurt me. Bad Grief's been infected. There.
This month's train was fat and fancy. First-class stock.
My compliments, good Doc. Shell out the cash and we'll show you the stash, eh, hey, hey. Oh hey, your artillery mortars arrived, Doc. The one you're getting for free. Go get it. Yes, I've come to see the goods, Grief. With a smaller caliber. So, buy a rifle. Might as well get rounds. And yeah, here's some of the new stuff. Army boots, overalls, army gloves, which we can't even afford, god damn it. Yeah, we're just not in a good place financially. But I will take the rifle, because that's essentially a cornerstone of our, combat. And if we fail to do what I want to do here, then, yeah. This may be a reloady, retry kind of mission, so, I'll try not to make it obnoxious. And if it gets to that point, I'll stop shoving my head into the grill and, you know, just give up. So, you got soldiers around here and the big fuck-off artillery right outside. You can just explore around here. But what's of interest is over there. Let me go around at a better angle. So there's this cart here. Let's sneak in. Fuck. Rifle. 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 Yeah. Oh. So, we got in. The riflemen are horrible on their trigger finger. So, just try and get around the guys with the flamethrowers as fast as you can. In fact, if there's a side that doesn't have a flamethrower dude, that's the preferable way to get out. Also, you'll lose reputation for stealing, because you're stealing from the army. No. No. Okay, one last try. If I get my ass smoked by the disinfectionist again, then I'll just give up on that and just say, yeah, we don't need 4 rifles to sell. No. Yeah, they all act like that you hit them, so everybody that sees you immediately, makes you lose rep. Stealth. They're so clueless. Alright. That was, that's one way to do it. And now we just have to find one of those, beggars, give him 4,000 rubles, and then he'll be like, yeah, you're welcome to this society. You're such a cool person, Daniel Denkovsky, you sexy bitch. Yeah, it's really funny. The stealth in this game does not work, like, at all. As you saw there, everybody noticed me, turned to me, but didn't shoot. Only the flamethrower guys noticed me, and then I just kind of glided through the soldiers with guns, and they were just like, huh, where is he? Where is he? Huh? And that happens all over the game. Remember the quest where a bunch of bandits were running at me in that one little tiny warehouse while going after Barley the Barber? That's another good spot for some really wonky, yeah, it's a good spot for some really wonky sneak AI. It's just dumb. Amusing, but dumb. Anyways, 2 things since we're going this way. I want to go by the clothing shop. And then, yeah, we'll just head right back to Aglaila. Bandage. And an arsonist just got a taste of his own medicine. Congrats. There's 2 clones of muggers. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And that mugger is being sprayed. Nah. Just an unlucky draw with the shopkeepers today. But it's fine. I will live. After this, we'll turn the quest into Aglaila, and then we can move on to the next day. A relatively short excursion. Usually these videos are 2 hours and 30 minutes, but this, it's only an hour 30 for me now. I actually recorded this so in advance, during the daytime no less, because the internet's just broke for some reason. And I'm doing this to pass time because it's fun. I like this game. Great. I didn't even have commentary for that. But yeah, for whatever reason, just the internet isn't picking up despite the router saying like, oh yeah, you're online. So whenever I get that fixed is whenever this video will upload. If it turns out to be a big issue, I'll see you like next week or something.
There is an eternal order that fate itself has predetermined. It is due to this order that things happen the way they should, following a preordained path.
My yesterday's visit to the abattoir was unsuccessful. Yes, I'm aware of that. Well, we're making a gamble here, but Burak has agreed to help me out. The residents of the abattoir accept him as one of their own, and aren't as hostile to him. I'd even go as far as to say that he's on good terms with the people who manage the biorhythms of that stone belly. Does it go there regularly? Yes, several times a day. We can learn everything we need from him. Good. I have my own special plans for that regard. May I inquire as to what those are? It concerns the origin of the bacteria. We'll find out in due time.
There's little time left, and I still need to do so much.
I've been to the tower, Inquisitor. I'm dying to hear your account. What is inside? Something else. It seems to be at odds with any and all common sense. Impossible. It's just a specular prism. A crazy chamber with dozens of mirrors and light sources reflecting each other to drive a person insane. Is this some kind of joke? No, not at all.
So this is what Block has in mind. Is he noble enough to disregard his personal feelings?
I have found Burak and relayed your quest to him. What did he say? He said he has nothing to tell you for now. He's going underground, drawn by the echoes of some events connected to his father's death. Ah, how untimely. We may have to report to using a blind pawn. Yes, I'll give that changeling a chance. It could go well. I am grateful to you, Dankovsky, and deeply indebted. My errand must have cost you greatly. Obviously, I'm almost broke. 7,000. Nothing to piss at. Well, that is the day. So I'm going to put this nightmare behind me and dream. Sleeping in the infected district, of course. Can't be too safe. Seems about right. Novasane. Meat. Sleep. There.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
Oh yeah, let's actually read the notes. Yeah, the day 9 note on day 9. Or the day 9 recording. I've been thinking about what I've learned today, and I think I could use your advice. Or putting it bluntly, it would help me if you agreed to conduct a detailed inspection of the tower. I trust the construction was brought to your attention before, one way or another. If you have indeed established that the walls of the tower provide effective isolation from the disease, why don't you elaborate on this possible solution? If you have found that the construction is too unstable, why didn't you evacuate the children? I am looking forward to hearing your opinion on the matter tomorrow. Aguela Lilac, Inquisitor. Well, I suppose we'll have to see. not overtly a threat, but it's not overtly welcoming either. First step, of course, is to go talk to Vlad the Younger for the plague map, so we can get a read on what today's conditions are. What kind of Blair Witch shit are you trying to do, mate? Doesn't matter now, cause you're dead.
Where did those lazy bastards go?
Exactly, the map. I would give it to you for free, but I am almost completely out of cash these days, and the scouts require pay. If I give them the money today, that will guarantee that we'll still have a map tomorrow. By the way, patterns of infection have been pretty whimsical recently. Here's the money, take it. Oh, it's unfortunate. The atrium's infected. Or the crucible. So now every place has properly been infected, the works and the crucible. I knew nothing could escape the plague. I was hoping that the crucible would, go through a marble nest situation where... Oh wait, this literally is the marble nest. The stoneyard doesn't get infected until the 10th day. And it is the 10th day, and oh look. To be fair, the atrium was infected on the 4th day, which is incredibly early, even by this game's standard, but, yeah. Let's go over here to sell some rifles. Repellent cape. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Oh, 4. That gives us a hefty 20,000. Cool. Or wait, we also have this to sell. Might as well go hard. Clear up our inventory before tomorrow.
My orders were to destroy every building in this town and then to shoot everyone who survives the bombardment. The military only comes when there's nothing to fix anymore. I'm keen on breaking that habit, though. I know that the people that can change the course of the catastrophe have been working here for some time. We will only destroy the thing pointed at by a healer who can argue in favor of taking such action.
How about not shooting at all?
If we don't shoot anything at all, the consequences will be devastating. You wanted freedom of choice. So choose a massive shelling or a single pinpoint strike. One way or another, we'll put an end to this circus.
that is the end of this day. I will see you on day 10.